Hey, let's see if we could do a quick little Tinman Electronics troubleshooting on my clock radio just over here. I am Justin, your host from Tinman Electronics. So like I said, I've got another troubleshooting for you guys. I have an old GE clock radio and I want to fix it because whenever I put it on the alarm setting, or the music alarm setting, the light that indicates that it's on kind of starts flickering and turns off, even though that function is working. Like I could go to sleep, but I wouldn't be able to tell if this thing is actually an alarm or not. And when I wake up, because the thing wakes me up, well, that light is still off. So I've always wanted to fix that. It's been flickering for a long time now. Like it hasn't been working consistently, and I suspected for quite a long time that it's the switch. So I'm probably going to get in there. One of the first things I'm going to do is clean the switch. I might have to desolder it, and let's get right into it, guys. So there she is. That is the beautiful vintage GE clock radio, General Electric, and you could already see it's all fucked up. I'm switching this over back and forth between off and on for the clock radio function, and the light's flickering, and then it's not even turning on right now. So like, I don't know, that the little light that's flickering there, that's showing me whether it's on or not. And that's really important, especially when I'm going to sleep and I don't know if I set the alarm. Now getting into the radio itself, just unscrewing some of these screws, pop that open, and I get inside, and there you go, vintage electronics, right? Old stuff. I could see the switch, I could see everything. I've already been inside this radio. I've taken a quick look at it before, but I was not as proactive as I am now. But there's the switch, and I flick it a couple times, back and forth to see if maybe that would clear the contacts. So I turn it on, check out if it works. Seems a little better. Except it's still not good. It's still not clear. I don't know exactly the technology of the switch, but I might as well desolder it and take a closer look, clean it more thoroughly than just going back and forth on the contacts. I begin desoldering the thing. You've seen this a jillion times. You've done it maybe a jillion times yourself. You all know what soldering is like, so I'm not going to get too into it. Take it out, pop it out, and there you go. There is the switch. What? Can't let a man get some success around here, or what? You've probably already seen some contact cleaner, which is what you're going to want to use to clean switches and stuff like that, or potentiometers, anything with knobs. And I don't have any of that because I didn't buy any yet, but I do have 99% IPA, so I'm just going to clean the switch with that, pump out a bit from the alcohol pump, put it on my alcohol brush, and just stick it right in the switch, and I don't know, clear the dirt and the gunk out of there, or clear out the dust from years and years of just sitting in my room, dead skin cells accumulating all over the contacts, slowly being melted into place from the countless times I jerk the switch back and forth. All clean. So then I plop this bugger back in, start soldering back on. Like, you've seen this a jillion times, and I said that last time, so you're not going to see it more this time. But something you got to make sure is to kind of just clean up the board, clean up after yourself after you're done. Just rub some isopropyl alcohol on the board and just get some of that flux residue off, depending on what kind of flux you have. The stuff I have kind of leaves a bit of that sticky residue, so I like to just clean that off so that next time it's not going to be in the way. And just dab that off with some Kim Wipes lint-free tissues. Obviously, you don't want to put everything back together to figure out that you haven't fixed the problem. So power it up before you put everything back together and close it all up. And I do that. Sure enough, it's working. So to actually close it, there's a couple different things I have to take into consideration. I have to make sure that the dial and the little pointer for the FM/AM radio selection is properly seated so that I could put the cover back on. And when I put the cover back on, I have to make sure it properly comes back together, because this pointer kind of squeezes in between the transparent plastic cover and a plastic backing. So I have to put that in between two plates of plastic, and that's just actually the biggest consideration I have while putting this back together. Get some screws. I've made sure to organize my screws so I don't lose them or mix them up and put them in the wrong holes. That's what she said. Flip it upside down, screws, you know. And holy shit, that is, I know exactly when that was. Look at that beard. Yeah, see, that was a beard in the making. You guys didn't see it, but I had like a much thicker beard about 2 weeks later. I didn't shave for like 2 or 3 weeks, and it was getting pretty unruly, and finally I shaved it off, but this was before it actually started growing out. Oh, and turns out I'm pointing at the radio. Look at that, and it's working and all. Woohoo! That's how I fixed my beautiful GE clock radio, guys. Like I said, I always suspected it was the switch. Just took a bit of alcohol and a couple flicks of the switch, and sure enough, it's working just fine now. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Hindsight, I probably did not have to unsolder and resolder that switch, but you know what? I probably got more of the dirt out just because of that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I've done it already, so if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my whole set of videos, subscribe to my channel maybe. I have a website at www.tinmanelectronics.com where I basically just post the videos, but it's cool because it's my own website. And I've also got Twitter at JustinTinman, so check that out. That's engineering, guys.